I would put money on it that you want to know, is Utah a safe place? Well, on today's video, let's discuss that exact subject, and we're getting after it right now. Welcome to the Living in Utah channel. I'm Mike Gallagher. I'm a local real estate agent. If you want to learn everything about the state of Utah, you've come to the right channel. You may consider tapping that subscribe button down below and hitting that little bell notification. YouTube will send you an alert every time I release a new video, and that's approximately every week. And apart from making videos, I also help people buy or sell real estate. So if I can be of any assistance, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, 7 days a week. We got your back if you're moving to the U state. So you want to know the truth. Now, I could tell you all day, this city, that city, maybe not that city, but they'd be purely my recommendations and based solely on my personal experiences. I do not keep up with all the crime data. I'm not in law enforcement. I do not gather data for every city in the state of Utah. Actually, there are times when someone will talk about a certain city, and I'm even surprised to find out some of the things that go on in that particular area. So now's the time to grab your pen and paper, take some notes. I'm going to cover some facts about the state of Utah, where we rank nationally, and I'm also going to cover some important sites for you to visit, and you can do your own research and make your own opinion. And if you still have some questions about a particular area, I can do my very best to answer them for you. Okay, first up, how about the overall picture? Where does Utah rank compared to the other states? This information comes from the popular site Wikipedia. Utah currently ranks, when we look at the list, in spot number 40 out of 52. We're right there with states like Minnesota, Kentucky, Hawaii, Idaho, Wyoming. That's kind of like a little group right there. When you look at Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, the 4 states, pretty much rank very similar. How about, out of curiosity, the top areas in the country for crime? Number 1, District of Columbia. Number 2 would be Alaska. Number 3, New Mexico. I was a little shocked about New Mexico being so high on the list. We got states like Tennessee, Arkansas, Arizona on the list. California comes in at number 17, Texas number 16. And out of curiosity, who comes at the bottom of the list for some of the lowest crime? We would have areas like Vermont, Puerto Rico, New Hampshire, and Maine. Now, as we move on to my first website that I would recommend, it's called crimegrade.org. When you get on this particular site, you enter your zip code, and then you can zoom in and you can look at the overall crime, the property crime, the violent crime. But I've got a warning for you. Before you put any city of Utah in the search, put your current city in first and see what pops up. You might be surprised to see a lot of red and yellow areas. You pull up many cities in Utah, you will see a lot of red and a lot of yellow. When I take my own personal zip code where I live, my zip code encompasses about 5 or 6 cities. There are many red areas, some yellow, orangey zones on the website. But when I zoom into where I live, it is in the green section. So when I look at my particular area, there is a lot of industrial and commercial areas that pop up on the map. That is where I typically will see the red, orange, yellow markings on the map. I live about 5 miles outside of that area, but when you're in my particular area where I live, it is green. So it's not uncommon in those commercial areas to come across shoplifting, various crime situations, burglaries, theft of commercial equipment. I drive by the local Home Depot and I see lawnmowers outside and supplies outside. And I often wonder, when they close the store at the end of the night, do some of those items typically disappear overnight? Probably so. And that would be another phone call to the police department. And also, if the area has a lot of apartment buildings, keep in mind when you have 500 people living in a large apartment building, there will be more calls to the police, noise complaints, parking complaints, etc. So break down the area to where you'll find the single family homes compared to where they've got commercial or apartment buildings. The next website that I have for you is bestplaces.net. I love this site. Also, the two sites that I am providing on this video are absolutely free, no cost. You can search it without having to pay a fee. When you're on this site, go up to the crime tab up at the top. Then you choose the first city and the second city. For instance, let's pull up Kaysville, Utah versus Phoenix, Arizona. So it'll list violent crime, Kaysville, Utah, 7.1. Phoenix, Arizona, 37.5. The United States, 22.7. So you can compare where the violent crime comes in compared to the United States' average. Property crime, 20.2 for Kaysville, Utah. Phoenix, Arizona, 52.8. Compared to the United States, 35.4. So the data that they have on this site comes from the FBI data site. A couple things to remember about this particular site, because some cities may not look too great when you initially look at the particular cities. When it comes to violent crime, it is composed of 4 offenses. That would be murder, forcible rape, robbery, or aggravated assault. When it comes to property crime, they list burglary, larceny, theft, motor vehicle theft, and arson. They note that the object of the theft type offenses is the taking of money or property, but there is no force or threat of force against the victims when it comes to the property crime numbers. So in conclusion, take a look at these 2 great sites. Let me know in the comments down below, are these sites helpful? If you have any kind of questions, by all means, reach out to me. Glad to answer anything that I can. Until the next video, take care and stay safe.